guys, good day to you all. You're welcome to today's video, which is of day 2 of the WordPress website design and development bootcamp. I'm Abdullahi by name. I'm a WordPress designer and a developer for WordPress. So in today's video, here are the list of options in which we'll be learning, of classes in which we'll be taking. So first part of it is introduction to the Cpanel, which is the control panel, more like your phone, either you are using a Android or a iOS device. So the panel is what brings up everything. So about this control panel, it is where we'll be installing our WordPress, where we are going to see a lot of other interface in which our website is built on and what controls our website. So then the part 2 of it is introduction to WordPress, the CMS content manager in which we'll be using to create the website is called WordPress. So then the third part is how to install WordPress on our free hosting service and domain name using Cpanel. So in today's video, we'll be installing WordPress on our free hosting service, in which we get from PROFREEHOST. Then the fourth part of it is introduction to WordPress pages and posts, how we can create WordPress pages and also post. Then also introduction to plugin and theme. And the last part, the last but not the least of it, is how we can add a website builder plugin to our WordPress website. So the name of the website builder we'll be using is called Elementor. So there is a pro version of it, which is professional version, and there's also a free version of it. So now let's get down to the business of the day. So we'll be learning about how we can create our own PROFREEHOST account. So here is the website we're using. It's called PROFREEHOST.com. So now let's take me up to the page. Now if you want to register for this professional free hosting, so in which we'll be building, we are going to be using to get our free domain and our free hosting. So now let's click on the registration icon. As you can see, the registration icon here, so that has a blue over the background. So click on register. So let's wait up a few minutes for it to load. So I already had accounts with them. So if you want to register, with them, choose the registration form. So choose the image which you prefer, then choose a particular password. I have multiple email, and with this Abdullahi.this is44@gmail.com, I've registered with them already. So I'm using another different Gmail. So this is how you two are going to register if you just want to get the free hosting and the free domain name. So put in your password. So click on this icon, the mark icon with the blue background, click on it. So it's going to take you to the capture. So let us scroll with motorcycle. So here is where we can get the motorcycle. Then click on verify. So let's wait for it to load up. So if you can see in this particular tab here, so activate account. Please activate your account first. So this is the first time I will be registering, and this is the first time you too you'll be registering. So you need to get your phone behind you or any devices in which you can get into your Gmail. So make sure you activate it now. So if you do not activate it, there's nothing that will show up here. So go to your Gmail, activate anything in which it told you to activate. Then after activating it for mobile phone user, as in like for a smartphone user, you get it in your Gmail application, activate it, continue anything with your phone. But if you are a laptop user, a PC user, when you activate it, finish, open it with the Chrome browser, then share it with your Chrome. So, okay, so now I will activate my account. So now I have activated my account from my mobile device. Now for you to log in, click on the client area. So close the ads. You're supposed to get an ad, that is very necessary, it's normal. So now it's still telling you I've not yet created any account. You've seen after I have activated, so it's told me to create a new account. So you click on the create new account. So that create new account is more like you creating a new website. So put in any name in which you prefer. So we'll be making it WordPress WordPress design bootcamp. So you can say as long as you want it to be. So now select your domain name extension. You want it to be Unihas or .0. So let's use this, but this is too long for another website to go with, as in like for search engine to optimize. So now let's clear this with the s0.com. If gotten it, let's check the availability. So you can, as you can see right there, it's telling us that the WordPress design bootcamp.s0.com is available. So now for us to get it, now let's click on the mark icon with the yellow background. So let's wait up for it to load. Now our website has been created with a free domain name. So if we want to access our website, if you should click on this link, we can access our website, but WordPress is not yet built on it, so we have to wait for, you can see this particular preloader icon, this blue preloader icon, we have to wait for it to load up. So you have to get some, at least if you're using a smartphone, a mobile device, you need to have sufficient amount of internet for you to go on with this. Even if you are a PC user, you need to get a sufficient internet. Then do not just mind the internet of the country in which you are, just get them ready if you want to partake in this. So now it's still loading up. We have to wait for it for a bit of seconds. So now after you've gotten much internet and it has been uploaded to their server, you are going to get a green icon where the blue icon is showing before the preloader is going. So you're going to get a green icon that it is verified. So now you've seen the green icon here. So as you can see it, you've seen the green icon. So now let's continue to managing the website. So click on the manage here. So now we've created our website, but we have not yet installed WordPress on it. So now we have a website that, okay, visit this particular website and you are going to see how it is. That's my website, that's my domain name. So now this is your inquiry. Yeah, these are the inquiry, your username, the status right now, it is active. The name of the domain name is WordPress design bootcamp.s0.com. So builder, I've not built anything on it. So the date in which I created it, today 12th of August, I created it at 12:47, whereas their server is telling me that I created at 7:44. So that is really none of your business. So you've gotten what you need to do. So for the FTP, so this is, you can get your host name, your username and your password. This username is unique. It was what you used to activate your account, so always hide it. Do not show it to anyone. If you show it to anyone who has this username, whenever the person just press down your domain name.com/wp-admin, so it's going to log in with this particular username and with this particular password, so you need to just keep it off. So this is the DNS, the domain name server. So for the server one, it is ns1.s0.com. so for people who want to, if you want to migrate your hosting from s0.com to maybe Blue Hosting or Namecheap or any company who is hosting a website, so here's the DNS. So for your password, this is for your hosting password, right? This is also for your website or for your WordPress website. How you're going to see it over there. So you can change it here, you can fill it here, but just for the security purpose, I'm not going to fill it up. Then you can click on close. But now let's log into our control panel. So click on the control panel. The control panel has a setting icon. So now it's redirecting me to my control panel. So let's wait for it to load. Then be careful about this website. You are going to see multiples of ads. Yeah, so just be aware of whatever you are clicking on. So you see my connection is not private. If anything occur like this, like I said in the former class, if anything occur like this, just press on your advanced. You see I click on the advanced button that is here. Okay, sorry for that. So I click on the advanced button. That was what bring it pop up the advanced. Then you proceed to Cpanel.s0.com. It's telling me that it's unsafe. The reason why it is unsafe is because of this non-secured, because it's not a HTTPS protocol, it's a HTTP. So I think you should understand this. So now let's proceed. Click on continue. So you can just always make sure if you are a smartphone user, always enable the desktop site for you to be able to navigate through it. So at that particular place I should continue, just click on your enter button if you are a PC user. So now this is my username. They're telling me about my account, so you need to approve this. So click on approve to allow us. If you did not approve this, you lost your website, your free hosting and your free domain name. You've lost it. So now I click on the green icon, Chrome is go. So just prepare it to load. Okay, thanks. The panel will load now. We now load. Okay, so now you are welcome to the Cpanel, to this control panel, whereby all works will be done. Yeah, so there is not really much on this, but there are lots, as in like there are pretty much on it, but we won't be explaining much on this. But now let's go through it here. So as you can figure it out here, you can see the plan which we are on a free hosting. You can see the FTP account, you only have one. Yeah, so if you want to create subdomain, so on www on blah 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 splash WordPress splash your domain name, you can create it a subdomain. You can create a add-on domain also too. So you can pack your domain. You can just pack it from a 0 and put it into another hosting or another domain name director. So for the SQL database, for the Grow developer who are into SQL, so they can do a lot. This quarter is as like unlimited. If you are using PROFREEHOST or Namecheap, you're seeing at least 10 gig, but now it is unlimited. You can make a website that will be uploading video every day. There are people who will be downloading video on it, so you can see it is unlimited. The disk space in which I've used, it is 0. So the disk free too, it is unlimited. The high node use, this is 0% of 0. I've not yet used it, so we have at least 30 points. 30,000 is 019. So the bandwidth is unlimited. So they are just telling you this just for them to just attract you, but do not just think that your bandwidth might not get banned in a particular day. So there is nothing that can come up. Your bandwidth remaining, it's unlimited. So if your bandwidth is having a problem, that's when your website will be showing Cloudflare something. It's not going to show you a 404 page or a 503 page, but it's just going to show you Cloudflare. So waiting for your request, say on the website for at least 5 seconds. So that's when your bandwidth limit has been reached, or this is telling us it is unlimited. So now these are the interface. So now here's our account, here's your client area. You can update your contact email as if you are not using that particular email you used to register for the Cpanel. You can use this, you can update it here, you can reset your page setting. So if you want to log out, just make sure you are logging out, remember your password. So now here is the Cpanel. We've talked about this. Here's your account details. This is the main account, the FTP name, the username, the SQL host name, hosting volume. So I'm in volume 14.6 version. So you can actually check for more account settings over here. So now here is the interface. We have the preference here, we have the file here. So if you want to work with a file, at least you want to curate a software, some backup, you want to check your disk usage. So now to check our disk usage, let's click on it. Let's click here, and we are opening it in a new tab. This is the disk space. You see, we have unlimited this disk free, as we've told already in the last part, and now we've used 0, so we've actually not used anything out of it. So if you want to know at least what you've downloaded, what you've upload in your website, so this is your disk space which can get that. So for your account upgrade, as in like you don't want to use the 0.com at the back of your website, you want to be using this at .com, and you need to pay for this account upgrade. This is the FTP account, your online file manager, in which it is uploaded to their server, to their 0 server. Let me pop this in. So this is PHP my admin for people as like for the guru developer, not just you can just decide to be a developer any day which you prefer to, but it takes a lot of journey. So this is PHP my admin, you edit anything. The language in which there are different type of language, but the language in which on WordPress understand is just the PHP. Yeah, so you're just going to say, okay, just for example, let's look at this subdomain here. So what we have is the HTTPS semicolon splash plus cpanel.0.com splash panel splash index.php. So the PHP is the framework, as the language or a framework in which the WordPress understand, in which the WordPress is built on. So this is the email account, this is webmail. If you are using a paid hosting and domain name, your web page, your web mail is going to be unlimited. You are going to at least you can send configure email to people, all this email that you do receive. You have successfully done this on your website, so you can manage it from here. So at this email account, you can just create multiple emails. So something like support at mywebsite.com, info at help at, all this type of thing which we get from all those big websites. So if you want to make a forwarder in which any email people send to this email account, you want it to be forwarded to another account in which you want to be seeing it, that's actually good. So here's the domain. You can create a subdomain here, you can create a alias, but this one will be packed, so it won't be on this website. So for the metrics, you can see anyway, if you are coding, if you are writing the PHP, here's where you are going to see your error logs, your general PHP info, your access log. So for the security, so if you want to, this is the IP blocker. It has the IP blocker, so it's going to block any IP who is using another IP, as like you're in Nigeria using a 196.128 point something, and you are now you use a VPN which is now showing you on 152.172, so something like that. So it's going to block it out. You won't be able to log in. So here's the SSL. This is the SSL certificate or TSL. So this is what makes your website secure. So if you click on this, you have to purchase the SSL. So now this is for the software. Yeah, it's like just say software. So this is the site builder. We are working with this. This is the software plus, and if you can just get to look at this image well, you can see the framework. You can see the S that look like the mimic of, it has like a sand tone. Yeah, you can see it here. So you can see Mr. WordPress with the blue, you can see Joomla, you can see Laravel. So now let's click on it so as for us to know what exactly we are talking about. So now let's click on the Substaculous app installer. So it is on the Substacular app installer that we are going to get that we're going to install our WordPress. So now you can see, if you log in, so this is introduction. This is the part in which we'll be making the introduction to the Cpanel, and we've made the introduction to the Cpanel. We'll be making introduction to WordPress. So now for our website to go live, let's install WordPress on it. So now you can see the demo. You can make an overview of it. There are other scripts too. So if you want to make a website, and like a website like social media, social connecting, these are what you will need. You'll be having this page7 builder, you'll be having topping, you'll be having Hogswall. This is what you'll be using. You want to create a website like a search engine, the wiki, more like the Wikipedia, you'll be using this. So if you want to create a website more like a blog, yeah, so you are going to use WordPress. You can see WordPress is just the first one that is named there. So if you want to create them, WordPress is good for it, Dotclair is good for it, FlatPress is good for it. So if actually you are still creating a mailing site like Mailchimp.com, like all these Sumo, as like every newsletter company, so you can make this. So for the e-commerce also, you want to create a e-commerce, I mean the Jumia, the Konga, anything you know about it. But all these, they do make a lot of faults. They ask a lot of some technical error, and even their file is much. So you can see this WHMC. So you can see it has 182 MB just for the installation. I mean just for the installation. So, and if you're installing and your data connection isn't that good, you're going to have a minor problem, honestly. So you can see everything you can use to make a e-commerce website. So but for today's video we are talking about WordPress. So now let's go back to the script space. This is for the JavaScript. When we're working with JavaScript, let's go back to the PHP because this is the PHP we are using. So now to install our WordPress, we've talked more about WordPress in the theory parts of the class. So now let's click on the install. So here's how we can install our WordPress. So there are a lot of WordPress function. So when I start working into the online digital marketing space, the first website on WordPress version I'm able to install was this particular version 5.5.9. so that was from there it's uploaded to 5.6, but right now we have the version of 6.0, and the reasons why which people are using it, which is working, if you should install this 6.0, you are going to have it as 6.0.1. Sure, as for you to just know, the release date was just May, 24th of May 2022. So if you want to, this is overview, the picture, screenshots, demo, rating. So if you want to import a WordPress site that you can click on here to import it. But that really isn't part of our work today. We aren't talking about this. So now let's just go back to the WordPress page. So there is the installation. Whenever you want to install, just install with this normal setup. Do not click on the quick install here. So now let's erase this drop down menu. So here is our protocol. The website you are using is not secured, so this is the only chance you have. It is TPS. So this is the name of the domain name. There is nothing you can edit. So if you want to create, if you want to install WordPress on wordpressdesign.com/website design, that is where your WordPress will be installed. But if you want to, it will be installed. So you won't just name it for website design. So if you click on this domain name, you can't get your WordPress here except you are going to get it on WordPress on this particular domain. As do you understand? This is the directory. You should not install anything in this directory unless you need it. But for this class, for this purpose of the class, or for any client's website, for a business website, you need to install it over here in the WordPress bootcamp. So you are not supposed to write anything here. As you can see the illustration here, when you click on the icon, the directory is relative to your domain and should not be exist. So you should not make it exist. You should not put anything there. So that's why people make a lot of mistakes. Choose the version in which you want. So let's choose this latest version. We know what better to make I see. So your blog name, give it a name. If you did not make the setup here, you can make the setup in the WordPress page. So now let's click on the site name. What's exactly the site name? So WordPress bootcamp, WordPress design bootcamp. So it's not compulsory it should be your domain name. So what do you want the WordPress on the site description to be? So now let me give it a description. So now my WordPress as its best, that is the description. So when you click on this page, you can see here that it's showing clients just PROFREEHOST. The domain name is PROFREEHOST, and let's visit this particular website so as for us to know what we are thinking about site description. So let's wait up for it to load. So now we can just leave that. So there is the description in which your website will be describing. So you do not have anything to do with this. Enable multi-site, don't do it. So choose a admin username. This is the username in which you are going to use to log in to your WordPress. Please and please do not miss it, do not misplace it anywhere in the world that you just you want to show people your website. What do? You're a young guy, you are doing this. Just go to your phone or your PC with a data connection, click on your WordPress, click on your domain name.com/wp-admin, then log in. So you are going to use this to log in. So in case people, you want people to know what you do, but yeah, just make a changes to your website. You do that fast. So now click on admin, username, what you want for the username. You can use any name in which you prefer. So I'm using admin. So this password has already been seen. So when you click on this K icon, is going to generate a random password in which no one is going to see. So you can see the strong, how strong it is. It is 65/100. So now let me generate a new one. You are actually seeing what I'm generating. So I need to edit up. So I generate another one. So you can see that it's actually changed from the other one. Then I still generate another one. So now let me just copy it. Ctrl C. Yeah. So right click on it. It won't copy up. Yeah, it's not going to copy. So if you show it, it's going to copy. So I've copied it. So now the admin email. So here is where you want them to send your email, because this is the email in which you use to register with Mr. A0. So choose a language in which your website to interact. You are not using Arabic, so you didn't really understand. It depends on where you're watching this video from. So there's nothing for you to do with this. For the advanced option, leave it blank. You have nothing to do with that, because even WordPress is not going to show you this. So for the select theme, do not install any theme right now, but this will be the default theme which will be installed to the WordPress website. So now let's click on the install button. So make sure you have a good data connection. So it's just submitting my details, and it's going to create a website with these details. Now I'm having an error with this. It's showing me that my connection is lost. So let's shift back to get a better networking. So in the continuation of our class, we're able to so in the continuation of our class, we'll be able to do this. We'll be able to work with this, the introduction to the Cpanel and the introduction to the WordPress. So now the third part of it is just how to install WordPress on our free hosting. So now let's get to our browser and do that now. So now due to the internet that is lost in the particular video, in the previous video, so we're going to just restore it. It has been restored. Now we are going to re-input all details in it. So now let's install it. So just checking the submitted data. So the internet has been restored now. So you have to wait for it to install successfully. Wow, so now we've got a new WordPress website. You can see it over there. Congratulations, you have installed, your software was installed successfully, because WordPress is the software. So now it has been installed successfully at this particular domain name. So here the HTTP is the server protocol. So the WordPress design bootcamp.com, the WordPress design bootcamp is the domain name. The .a0 is the extension, and also the .com, the .a0.com is the extension. So if you want to get access to our website now, let's just view the website and we just create. So now open it in a new tab. So let's see how the website we just install our WordPress look like. You can see it's just the WordPress. So you can see the description here. What the description is showing here is my WordPress at its best. So that's what we install, that's what we put in. So you can see WordPress web design. If you click on this particular page, it's going to show you. So now this is a simple page. So for the transition which we are going to do, as this particular WordPress page is, we are going to make it the same as this particular WordPress website too. So this is the website in which we'll be working on, in which we'll be designing. So now let's get back to our WordPress. So this is the WordPress website. So if you want to log in into our WordPress admin to get to the WordPress dashboard, just click on this, right click on this, or you click on it where if you're a smartphone user, open it in a new tab too. Make sure you try to bookmark this on your PC. So just bookmark it, or on your smartphone, just click on the three dot icon. By the fourth or the fifth, you're going to say bookmark. Just click on the bookmark. It's going to bookmark the page up for you. So now this is our website. Now let's go to the dashboard for the WordPress. So this is the dashboard. You can see welcome to WordPress. This is how your dashboard is going to be when you just make up a new website. You can see the name in which I'm here. I'm just the admin. So instead of us logging in through this panel, so let's cancel this out. If you want to log in, let's click on our WordPress name, our domain name. So you are going to log in with this. Copy it, or you can just type it in /wp admin. So now when you click on this, when you put this into your search engine, into URL search box, so you are going to log in. This is what is going to make you to log into that particular WordPress page. So you can see it has logged me in directly, but if it doesn't log you in directly, that means you are just going to put in the password you copied, in which you generate with the key, with the blue key icon which I showed you initially. So, and the username which you use to sign in. So now you've successfully installed WordPress on our website right now using the Cpanel. So now we are going to make an introduction to the WordPress page and post. So now let's go back to our browser. These are pages. So if you want to add any new pages, you click here. If you want to check into all your new pages, you click here. So it's loading all our pages. These are just the pages in which we have the sample pages, which is the home page. We have the privacy policy page. So you can preview the privacy policy page, but if it doesn't have time and we're just here for the designing, you can see this is the privacy policy page. It's just showing it as a sample page. So now let's close this tab. If you want to add a new tab, a new page, if you are not clicking on this add new, we can click on this add new here. So let's click on add new. Let's give it a name. So let it load up. So now give it a name in which you prefer. This home. It's not compulsory to give it home page. That's what it's going to look on your website, but just give it a home. Then you are making it public, so just do it. This is the permalink which you are going to click. So anyone that click on wordpressdesignbootcamp.com/home is going to visit your home page. So now let's make a design. There's something that is called permalink. Permalink is actually important just for your search engine. So instead of it showing webs on WordPress design /bootcamp/page.0, so let's click on it now. We've not yet published the page, so now let's click on publish. It's going to ask you, are you ready to publish the page? So now click on publish. So the page has been published, so let's view the page. So now it's a blank page. We've not yet installed anything here. So now if you want to make this page to just be your home page, as like this is the home page, I want it to be that whenever anyone is typing in this domain name, this is the page which is going to show to them instead of this /home. So now here's how we are going to do it. Go back to your dashboard, click on setting, then on the setting icon, click on the reading. So tap on the reading option, then click on it. So now here's the reading. For us to make the home page, the real page, our home. So now let's click on it. Instead of let's take a page in which we want it to be. So you can see this is the home page. We choose the home to be our static page. So now let's click on save changes. So the settings has been saved, so we have nothing to do with it. So also let's go to our permalink to restore or reset anything talking about permalink. So permalink is a permanent link. So now we've made the home page a static page. So now let's reload it and see what we're going to have. So let's wait for it to reload her. So for this permalink, this is exactly the option which is select. But for us to be in a particular good mode for our website to display where, let's just select the post name. Yeah, if you select the post name instead of the page ID that is showing us, it's going to be showing us this splash, your sample post. Then scroll down and click on save changes to save the changes. So when it's loaded up, we are going to get it at settings save. So now you can see here that it's telling us that the permalink structure has been updated. So we are now in the post name. We are no more in the date and name. We will in the day and name. So now it has been reset. So now let's click on our home page. Let's reload it so as for us to see the reading settings in which we update there. So it's still loading. Cancel it up and reload it. Let's wait for it to bring up a good image and a good structure. So if you could notice the changes initially, if you want to access this home page, it is our domain name slash home. That's what we have before, but right now you can see that we have made the home page the exact domain name. So anyone that is clicking on this home page is going to see this. Anybody who is clicking on your domain name is going to see this page. So it is the first page which they are going to see. So if you should click on this button, it's going to take you to this exact page. So it is on this exact page that is going to load up for you. Now you are seeing the W icon just because we haven't have anything on it. So we haven't gotten a website icon. So now let's make a post to our page. Let's create one more page. So to create one more page, to create a new page, as we said already. So let's click on the add new, open as a new tab. So let's name it as blog. So blog is for website where you can just post any content which you prefer. So let's publish it. Are you ready to publish? Then publish it. So it has been published. Let's visit the page. The page is going to be blank, you can see. So now if you want to make a post to it, if you want to post on any content to our blog, we go back to the dashboard. So it's in the dashboard, that is, we are going to see a post. We are going to see posts there. So now, let's click on add new post. So now let's get the contents from any website. Punch. So let's get this content. You can see. So here's the title. Copy it. Paste it here. Then you can now continue writing. So all the content that is there, you can see the content that is here. So now let's copy them. You are meant to create your own, but just for this tutorial purpose, you see there's also a link here. So for us to add images to this website, as like the way it is here, you can see that there's an image here. So we can click on the plus icon, click on the image. So before we can do this, we need to upload the image, but we won't be using the one in the net. Let's go to our directory, our file. Let's get a image in which you can use. So for us to add image, as we've already click on the plus icon and we choose the image, so let's upload it. And if you want to insert from a URL, if you want to insert it from this website, so now click on it, click on the website you want to insert it for, then right click on the image, or you hold on the image, then click on copy image address. So it has been copied. So now to the person which you're writing, insert from URL, paste in your URL, then apply. You see, we've gotten the exact stuff in which you can add the caption to it. Jump 2022. So you can see you've added to it. Then you continue the content, continue writing the content. So for the sake of this video, it won't be that long. So you copy your content, you click on the plus icon, you click on the paragraph, you got the next paragraph, paste in what you want. So we've done it, we've completed the content. So if you want to publish the content now, so now you can click on this is the post, this is what we are going to get, this is the post name. So now let's click on the publish. So we want to publish this on our blog, but before that, let's get to, so now click on the blue publish icon, publish it. So now it has been published. Let's view the post. So this is what we post. So this is on our blog. So this is on our blog, you can see. So this is what we just post. You can see what we post. This is the particular date. But for the website we are going to be building, there's no need for you adding any post blog. But for the sake of this video, for what we are doing, so we've actually complete this fourth part, then we are going to make the introduction to plugin theme and adding a website builder plugin to our website in the next video. So I will drop this link and this video to the group, so you can create your own website and you have to send it. This is just an assignment. It's not just going to cost you anything, but it's going to cost you your time and your data connection. So if you like this video, click on the like button, subscribe to the channel, and click on the financial icon to get notified when the videos are posted. So make sure you go through, submit your assignments, and do anything that is necessary. So if you're not having filling in the form, kindly fill in the form, because it will just be necessity for every details. And for students who haven't gotten their gifts, we are going to make everything available as soon and as far as possible. So I've gotten my admin link here, my admin password here. So now thanks, we'll see you in class later. Thanks for your time and God bless.